Hello, beautiful people. My name is Karena Anekore, and welcome to the first ever episode of your new favorite podcast, If My Skin Could Talk, powered by Keaf Purple. So, today we are going to talk about my journey of breaking free from skin lightening cream and accepting myself, falling in love again with myself, with my skin, and truly finding my true purpose. So, come on in, make yourself comfortable, grab a snack, whatever you prefer, because this is going to be kind of like a therapy for me. So I hope that this can help anybody out there, that is going through something similar because I know it's truly not easy. So yeah, come on in. But before I dive into the thick of today's episode, I want to introduce myself because a lot of you might not know who I am. And to be honest, even with having a beauty brand that I should have promoted myself, where I should have been in the front of things a lot, I can say that I was intentionally hiding myself because I was shy, I was uncomfortable. I didn't like the idea of being seen, especially in the front of the camera. But, now this is in the past. Those days are behind us. And, I'm here to really put myself out there and tell you, explain my story. So, yeah. So, my name is Karena Anekore, but I go by Karena. I am originally from Ivory Coast, which is a French speaking country in West Africa. I grew up there in the capital of Abidjan, and at the beginning of 2017, I create my beauty brand, which is Keaf Purple, where I started by selling fake eyelashes, eyeshadow palette, makeup remover wipes, and many other products. And at the end of that same year, I came here in the US to study. And while, I was studying, my brand was growing, my passion was growing because I was studying and I was also taking care of the brand, obviously. And with my passion for the beauty industry growing, I felt like I really wanted to deepen my knowledge in the industry. So I had to put a pause on that to come back stronger. So I put a pause on the brand in 2021. Then I went to FIDEM and I studied and I got my bachelor in beauty marketing and product development. And after that, I had some internship and work experience with brands like About Face Beauty, Ready Set Jet Beauty, and most recently with L'Oreal for their brand NYX Cosmetics. But like the universe has this way of, doing things, and God has his way of calling you back to your true purpose. I would say like kind of redirecting you in a way. And for me, I feel like God redirected me to my true purpose, which was Keef Purple. Usually when people ask me during interview or during competition, pitch competition, why did you start this brand? What is the why of the brand? And usually I would say things like, well, Keef Purple is a brand that, that I created because I wanted to bring accessible product to African women, product that were appropriate for their problem and their skin tone, and also do the promotion of African ancestral beauty ingredient in makeup that is also called a beauty. That's a whole nother concept. But don't get me wrong, all of these things are true to the brand core value, mission, and purpose. But I feel like there was something deeper than that. I felt like there was another part of me that I knew deep down as I evolve, as the brand grow, as I grow myself, you know, I knew that there was another reason. But there was also another part of me that knew deep down as the brand evolve, as I start to learn more about myself, that there was another reason why truly started Keef Purple. I started to understand that I felt like the brand was a way for me to change and take charge of the narrative about myself. Kind of like to take the front seat of my beauty journey and create something for myself, something that will help me be more confident and not let my insecurity get the best of me. And I was truly trying to get my confidence back to beauty product, like a lot of us are doing with beauty. But I felt like mine was also a way for me to heal some psychological wound. Um, caused by some skin condition that I had in the past, to the point where that skin condition would push me to change the whole color of my skin from head to toes. Let me drink, guys, because this is okay. So, at the age of 12, I was in, elementary school, if I remember. I had a very horrible chicken pox, and it was all over my body. I mean, in the palm of my hand, my toes, any part of the body you could think of. And it left my skin with a lot of very, very dark spots all over my body and all over my face. And also prior to that, when I was like 5, I also had like a very bad eye allergy, who makes my eyelid very irritated. So it was so irritated that would turn my eyelid very dark, almost dark brown. And when you see me, you will think I have deep brown eyeshadow on my eyes all the time. But no, it was just, a skin condition. And all of that, having all of this skin problem really made me a very shy kid because I did not want to be seen. I was ashamed of the way I look, but at the time it wasn't something bigger than that, to be honest. But it wasn't until other people start to make comment like, "Oh, look at her height, look at the way she looks. Like she looks like she's on drugs. Look at her height. Like look at her skin. Like her skin is bad, ugly. She has bad skin." And me knowing that all of my brother and sister, they had chicken pox in their house and their dark spots were gone pretty fast, but my skin still had the dark spot on it. It was pretty obvious and it wasn't going. So even when I dress, I was always trying to wear long sleeve, pant. Do everything I can to kind of cover my body the best that I could, truly. So at some point in my life, I remember this time exactly when I was in high school. And I had this episode where I remember in the classroom, the teacher asked us to talk about a story. I don't remember what he asked us to do, but we're supposed to write an essay, write about a story and something like that. I guess something that was real. And I remember in that story, one of my girlfriend in her essay, she decided that okay, I think she wrote something in the line of like, Karena has a lot of dark mark on her leg, and at some point she was supposed to read the story out loud in the front of the class, so everybody was able to hear that part, you know, and everybody started laughing at me. I remember vividly this part. It did not feel great at all. It felt like, everybody was pointing at me because my skin was, a huge part of my insecurity. So people really laughing at me and me knowing that, okay, I'm aware of that. My friend are aware of that, but actually everyone is aware of that. And, it kind of make me feel very ashamed about the way I look, about my skin. And I remember I even went ahead and explained that to our school supervisor so that she can come back and talk to them because I wasn't happy. I was really sad. I was crying, I remember. And she came and she talked to them. She was telling them, hey, this can happen to anyone. You don't have to, make a big deal of that. She wasn't born like that. And even if she was born like that, this is not nice, so please don't do that ever again. But that was one of actually the many stories that happened to me, and where I felt like I was ashamed because of my skin at a really young age. But then after on, I remember my parents sending me to the doctor because of those many stories and instances where I felt like I was ashamed because of my skin. They saw how affected I was in how I was with my mental being and how I was behaving socially because I was always in my bedroom. I did not want to be seen. I was really hiding myself from people. Like when we have guests, I was always in my bedroom, not because I was shy. I was shy, but I was also shy because of the way I look, because I know somebody or an auntie or an uncle will make a comment. Oh, what's going on? What's going on with her skin? Like she has a bad skin, and things like that. So I didn't like the fact that I was reminded of what was wrong with me or what has happened to me all the time. And at some point, I tried many products that didn't work. Like I went to the dermatologist, to the pharmacy, drugstore, high-end skincare. Nothing was working. And you have to remember that was probably what, 2010 or even 2006. I don't remember exactly, but now that I think about it, I don't think there were a lot of product out there, that was really effective for the way my skin look or my issue or my hyperpigmentation, especially for people of color. Then I remember at some point I had like cousin, friends, family, people around me that will suggest things like, oh, like you can use this skin product, that will lighten your skin. That will bleach your skin, but that will definitely help you remove your hyperpigmentation that, you have. And I'm not gonna lie, to be honest, at that point, I was very desperate. I was very desperate. I wanted to get rid of that. I wanted to find the most effective product that I could find that will, help me in my skin. And I didn't mind, using skin lightening product at that young age because I was very desperate to belong and to be accepted and to be looked at a different way. And so firstly, you have to know that in African country and in other culture in the world, skin lightening, skin bleaching, however you want to call it, is very normal and is very accepted in those community. And you will see that pretty much everywhere in commercial, billboard, on TV show, like everywhere you will see commercial about skin lightening and those type of product. So for me, it wasn't really a big deal, since it was very popular and accepted in our community. But later on, you will find that, okay, all of these things are rooted in colorism, racism, colonization, and the standard of beauty that make you feel like, having a lighter skin is better and bring a certain status. You can even look at the caste system in some African tribe or even in country like India. The way having a lighter skin impact people and impact them with the way they feel about their skin. But you know what? This conversation is going to be for another episode. But, and I feel like, secondly, because I felt like using skin lightening product for me at that time was kind of like the best and most effective alternative for me to get rid of my hyperpigmentation. Even if in a way I was kind of conscious about the side effect. I can see some anti or some people in the community burn with their skin looking very bad and but you don't think that this is going to be you because you think, okay, I'm here for a short time. I'm just here to fix something and going back to what I'm am and what I originally look like, but you have no idea about the addiction that is starting for you. But the desperation to trying to resolve your skin issue and to kind of belong and be accepted and be appreciated make you kind of ignore all of those red flags. And at that age, for me, I just told myself, hey, this is going to be better. My skin is gonna get better. My hyperpigmentation are going to be gone. So, well, it's worth it. And in your mind, you're trying to rationalize things. You're trying to tell yourself that, okay, white people are tanning. Why can I do the inverse when is totally different? It has nothing to do with it. But nobody's telling you also that when you want to stop those kind of product, your skin will become darker, your skin will become dry, the withdrawal that you will have, like the side effect that you will have from those products, either mentally, physically, are rough. Because first of all, you're used to a certain skin tone. You're used to a way people accept you or talk about you or appreciate you, like how men treat you. And first, you want to stop this product, but your skin start to react so differently. So without even you knowing, there's an addiction and you don't even know about it. But even with all of that, for me, I really got to a turning point where I really had to ask myself, for how long I was going to do that, for how long I was going to do that to myself, to my skin. And also, I want to, you to ask yourself this question if you're going through something similar. Like, how long are you going to do that to yourself and not accepting yourself for you, who you truly are? And trust me, even if you don't have that breaking point or you don't ask yourself this question, your skin is also going to have the breaking point. You're gonna get to the point where the product are not even working on your skin anymore. You're gonna have those side effects, those large stretch mark all over your body, where I also have them, like on my skin, on certain part of my body. And I don't really feel good about them because they remind me all the time of the choice that I made. And you don't, trust me, you don't really feel good about that. You don't want to get to that point. I know it's hard, but you don't want to get to the point where your skin is literally falling in your hand, where you're 25 and your skin looks like you're 70. And trust me, you are good the way you look. You are beautiful the way you are with your skin. And after asking myself all those questions, I really, start to feel like I really want something to change. I feel like I deserve better. I was tired of that. I really want to accept myself for the way I was originally, you know. So then I got to the point where in my journey, I really wanted to take a healthy alternative for my skin. And I start to see some derm again to try to find a healthier solution and repair the damage that I had from those skin lightening products. And again, even with trying to do that, you are confronted to something else, the stigma. Like I had this experience of, when I went to some doctor, some dermatologist, oh, you have this whole look, you have this whole speech that they give you, this speech of shame. Like if like you trying to heal from something, if for example, there's someone that have an addiction to drug or alcohol and is going to the doctor and the doctor tells them, well, you should have known better, But in my case, it was like, well, you should have known better. You guys are always trying to look like white people and blah blah. Like I'm coming to doctor, like I don't want the doctor to put shame on me and to tell me what I should have done. And I'm trying to heal. I'm trying to find a solution. So that's truly not wanted at all. And also, they will also sometimes give you some product that are not working, that are very expensive, that you can't keep up on, and sometimes they are too harsh. But I was very determined to really find a healthy alternative to my skin issue. And with a lot of research and with help from my friend and family, I was able to find, one, I was able to work with a derm in my home country and also an esthetician here in LA to have some custom skincare and that were tailored to my skin issue and need. And they really helped me with my hyperpigmentation, I can say, with my dryness, and also restoring and preserving my skin integrity. And also, as I was educating myself and as I got deep into the subject of hyperpigmentation and issue for skin of color, I started to learn about the racial bias and other product in the medical industry and the fact that some dermatologists don't know how to properly treat or are not properly educated on how to treat certain issue on skin of color. And even as a person of color, sometimes we both know that sometimes you don't even feel comfortable going to a dermatologist that doesn't look like you because you feel like they would not understand your skin condition and they will treat that properly. I mean, we had many example, even myself having example with going to dermatologists that don't look like me and they give me treatment or they're trying to treat me and it's not working. So you'd really trying to think, okay, do they really understand my problem? Because different condition can look differently. I mean, similar condition can look differently depending on the skin of color. So that is something that they also have to take in account. And even when it comes to certain skincare product, I mean, I don't know if people know that, but a lot of skincare product that are marketed towards people of color, those products are not actually tested on people of color. So we don't know if those products are working properly on our skin tone and can really help us. So, it can be very difficult for people of color to find something that is appropriate for them and for their special need. And I knew that at some point I was like really lucky and privileged enough to have access to certain dermatologists, to high-end skincare and custom product. And but I know that not everyone has access to or the mean to those kind of care. And or even I know that not everyone is educated enough on, when it comes to what kind of healthier ingredient you can use for your need. But I know and I'm sure that a lot of people of color in our community have similar story to mine and they want to find a healthier alternative, but they have all of this block in the beauty industry, in the medical industry, and in our society that are not making things easy for you to change. But I'm sure we are seeing, a shift of mentality in our community, in the industry, and also the impact of internet and having access to information have. So this is one of the reason, why I wanted to add this new layer to my brand, Keaf Purple, because I don't want people to think that, oh, just because body care is booming. No, because people have real issue and I went through that issue even myself. And let's not forget that hyperpigmentation is one of the main condition for skin of color. And I believe that more can be done to create something that would champion even skin tone, help people with their skin issue without compromising their health, their skin integrity and identity. So my goal with this podcast is that we can use this podcast as a tool, as a tool to really challenge a conversation on skin of color and any skin tone to truly make an impactful change in people's life by helping them, healing them in different way rather than just selling them product over and over again. So I truly hope that with me sharing my small story, I was able to help someone out there in any kind of way if you're going through a similar story. And know that, you're not alone in that. So at the end of my podcast, I will ask every guest this question, which is, so if your skin could talk, what will it tell us? What will your skin tell? And for me, I would say that my skin will tell me, thank you for loving me. Thank you for accepting me the way I am and for finally listening to me because it was long overdue, truly. So I truly hope that you enjoy listening to this first episode of the podcast, If My Skin Could Talk, and that you will share that with your friend, your family, because everyone deserves to be educated about all those issues and really make an impact and see things change for the better. So if you're also interested about following the brand, the relaunch, and the behind the scene and other people's story, you can follow us, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, on our page, Keaf Purple, which is KEAF Purple. I repeat, KEAF Purple. And if you have any topic you would like us to discuss, please review, leave a comment, tell us what you think. Don't forget to subscribe and listen to the new episode every Tuesday at 5 p.m. For my French-speaking people, you can also watch it on YouTube with a French subtitle. I am your host, Karena Anekore, and thank you for listening to me today. Bisous. Mwah. Bye-bye.